Hey, everybody. How everybody is doing. How everyone is doing today, this Sunday. Sunday, beautiful Sunday. Football Sunday. My husband, he, the Bears lost, you all. Yes, the Bears lost. So my husband wasn't too happy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't too happy today because the Bears lost. So, it is what it is. Hey everyone, hey, run for mayor. No, Carlos, I just like being free, to have the freedom to do what I want to do, say what I want to say. And when you start running for positions and things like that, that's when it gets a little complicated. I like the liberty and the freedom that I have. Yeah. So that's the issue. That's what's going on. So how everybody doing? How everyone is doing today? So you all, I have some news today because let me fix this. Yeah, I had some news today before. I'm gonna let some people can. Hey, Trump 2024, baby. Yes, Trump 2024. So always, I gotta have represent my Chicago Flips Red shirt. So I always gotta represent it. Chicago Flips Red. There we go. Chicago Flips Red, baby. So if you want to purchase one of those shirts, then you can I'll have the everything in the link for us the email and things like that for my You Against You Fitness too, if you want to get trained and things like that. But so you all, we're going to talk about, like I keep saying, I'm your expert, Danny C, expert trainer, Danny C, and this is where fitness meets politics. Okay, so this is what today this is so crazy, you all. I cannot even believe that we're even having this conversation. I really can't. Because when you think about how treasonous this is against the American citizens, it's almost like unbelievable. You really can't believe that our government is this bad. So I'm talking about the Biden and Harris administration. So we know that they have allowed 21 million illegals to cross the border illegally. And not only did they allow them to cross the border, they papered them up. They spending all of our tax dollars on funding these illegals, right? So y'all know my pet peeve. My pet peeve is my tax money being spent on people who have not paid a dime in a system, and then you come and put them in my neighborhood, and I can't get a business, a small business loan without going through all these hoops and things like that. But then you allow these people to come over here illegally and to be in our neighborhood setting up businesses and restaurants and things like that outside, and they're allowed to do that. Whereas the American taxpayer citizens, such as myself, who have a small business, you want to tax me to death. You want to put all these regulations on me. So that's my pet peeve, you all. So when it comes down to illegals being able to do things that the American citizens can't do and getting papered up while we are losing our homes and being taxed out of our homes and our businesses are closing down, I'm not gonna let it go. This is just what I feel like I have to really shine the light on. Okay, so this is why I cover this a lot, because this is a problem in Chicago. This is the problem in New York, California, all these places, and they're basically liberal cities, Democrat-ran cities and states. All right, so I told you all that it just don't affect these illegals, and the spending that our government is doing just don't affect my property taxes double. Yeah, you see how outrageous that is. How is how is Brandon able to walk around in Chicago? He's not able to walk around Chicago. The reporter just said that him and his wife have a 200 police detail, you all. A 200 CPD detail. So one of the reporters called them out on that because that's how much money they're spending on their security. So he know don't nobody like him. But that's a lot of money to be spending. A 200 detail, CPD detail just for you and your wife. Come on. So that's how he's allowed to walk around Chicago, y'all. But yeah, your taxes has doubled, right? So I keep saying this is just not a liberal city, a sanctuary city, a Democrat city problem or state. I keep telling you all, this is a problem all around the world. This is a problem, this illegal crisis that the Biden and Harris allowed and brought in. It's not just affecting us, it's affecting you, no matter where you stay at in America, because the Biden and Harris administration has spent all federal funds on these illegals. So that means that's your tax dollars that you pay in federal taxes and things like that. That's you've been paying for this garbage, right? So we're going to talk about this. So they have paid so much money to these illegals, getting them free everything, whereas our veterans who have shed blood, had put blood, sweat, and tears for this country and fought for this country are not taken care of at all. They have not been taken care of at all, but you spend all this money on people who don't have nothing to do with this country, who can care less about this country. This is the administration that you all thought we was going to vote for. All right? So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I just want y'all to hear, and this is just 1 year alone. All right? So I believe this is in 23. This is what the Biden and Harris administration just spent on illegals. In 23, you all, we're not talking about 21. We're not talking about 24. Just 1 year. So this gentleman is Chairman Arrington. Chairman Arrington. And they're having a hearing in the House Budget Committee. This is the House Budget Committee where they're having a hearing and talking about this, right? And so I keep telling you all, notice who's advocating for what? Illegals, Republicans are advocating for American citizens should not have to pay for these illegals, and we should not be taxed. The Democrats, they're always advocating for these people, for the people who do not stay in America, for people who came over here illegally. That's who's important to them. That's who they want to fund on the backs of the taxpayer. The Republican Party, when you go to these meetings, because I like to look at these meetings and see who is doing what, who is advocating for what. The Republican Party is always the party of common sense. The Democrat Party it'd be like, what the heck? Y'all gotta be dumb to think that we're gonna do something like this, or the American citizens are going for this. This is the Democrat Party. So I'm gonna let you all talk. He's a Republican, and he's gonna lay it out.
The American people, I think, at this point, are as familiar on this issue as any with respect to the wide open borders in the United States and the epic humanitarian disaster that has ensued as a result, and the greatest national security threat to the American people is posed by these open borders. So the social cost, I think, has been well in front of the American people consistently.
Listen.
But I don't think we've talked enough about the financial burden to taxpayers and the fiscal impact.
Listen.
FAIR has done a great job. I've seen studies that suggest the cost is upward of $400 billion.
Listen.
Their cost estimate is at $150 billion. The lion's share of that cost is.
Listen, did y'all just hear what this man said? That we have spent $150 billion, more than that. But y'all gotta listen, just listen.
Borne by state and local governments. And friends, state and local governments can't borrow or print money like the federal government. And so they're having to balance their budgets by either absorbing this cost through raising taxes.
Listen.
Or they're having to cut services to their citizens.
Okay, so wait a minute. So Carlos, remember you just said your taxes went up. Remember everybody complaining about how taxes are high. Everything is so high. Listen, he's just saying that the cities and the states, they're not printing the money. It's the federal level. This is what he just said, y'all. It's the federal level that's spending this money, and it trickles down. So let's listen.
The $150 billion, when you look at the 22 million people that are estimated to be in this country illegally, comes out.
Okay, wait a minute. I said 21 million. Did he just say 22 million people who have, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Out to about $9,000.
Okay, let's go back. Let me go back.
Dollars.
Let me go back a little bit.
Government taxes, or they're having to cut services to their citizens. The $150 billion, when you look at the 22 million people that are estimated to be in this country illegally, comes out to about $9,000 tax dollars per illegal immigrant.
9,000.
So I want you to listen. I want everybody to listen to this stat. 9,000 roughly per illegal immigrant that taxpayers are fronting.
Listen.
That's more than we spend per Medicaid beneficiary. That's more than we spend on the most vulnerable American citizen for their health care. That's more than we spend for our heroes, our veterans, in the way of military retirement benefits.
Listen.
So I think for everyone, this should be unacceptable. I believe it is quite avoidable, but this is the real and significant, and at the state and local levels, especially unsustainable cost of the current border crisis.
See, the state and local, that's us.
Texas, in my home state alone, we've spent over $13 billion, which is about $4,500 per illegal immigrant in Texas. Just to give you an example or sample list of services we're providing for people who are here illegally.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so he's going to tell you some of the services that we're providing these illegals free. He's just going to break down some of the services they're getting free, you all on your federal tax dollars. So don't say it's just a city thing. It's a
about $3 billion extra dollars for Head Start.
Okay, hold on.
Texas, in my home state alone, we've spent over $13 billion, which is about $4,500 per illegal immigrant in Texas. Just to give you an example or sample list of services we're providing for people who are here illegally, it's about $3 billion extra dollars for Head Start.
For Head Start, $3 billion.
At the state level, it's $70 billion across the United States for public education. And states have a very difficult time prioritizing and investing in public education because of the cost of health care and now the cost of illegal immigration.
See?
You look at criminal justice, it's about $12 billion extra in criminal justice cost across the United States. Tens of billions of dollars in uncompensated care at hospitals. We talk all the time as a committee about how healthcare costs are driving our deficits and national debt. Medicare alone is $1 trillion, and that will double over the next 10 years. And we've got tremendous cost. And that's not to even consider the crowding out of our citizens who are in need for these spaces in hospitals, seats for our students in their schools. So it's real, and we've quantified it, and I'm grateful for the work of FAIR.
Okay, so you heard what he said. They're getting this free medical, whereas the citizens who have to pay into this can't even get in. Remember I told you all about it's times you can't even see your doctor for 4 months, 5 months, whatever, because it's so crowded, because these illegals are getting free health care. A lot of them coming over here pregnant. Now they coming over here. So now their kids are going to the doctor. They're going to the doctor, all on our dollar, and we have to pay. The ones who have a little job, making a little money, we have to pay. These people come in and get free everything, and he just told you how much the taxpayer is paying, and you can't even get room in the hospital. Now he said with the children in school, I told you like that in Chicago. Our classrooms are full of illegal children. So now, like he just said, now the classrooms, first of all, public schools are already is overcrowded. Public schools, especially in these liberal cities and these Democrat ran cities, are definitely under, the kids can't read and they're overcrowded. That was already an issue. Now you're going to stack all these illegals into a free public school system. And now you're going to, not only do we already have overcrowded classrooms, what do you call now? Now what do we have? So let's just say if it was 25 to one class, now we got 45 to a class of illegals who have not even, who can't even speak English, and who people and parents and anything have not paid a dime into the system. And so our kids got to be left behind, or our kids have to be not able to get the education they need because we got 40 to a classroom. Look at this. Look what he just said. 150 billion. That's crazy. Yeah, you said I'm speaking too loud. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. Remember, Trump gave amnesty to the dreamers. Like I said, leave and you won't be able to hear. So, thank you, Cooper Goddess. She said, leave and you won't be able to hear. I know that's right. Thank you. So listen, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. I just be so passionate about this because people really don't understand what's going on. We talk about how Medicare, and they act like the Democrat Party act like they care so much about Medicare, Medicaid. These people are breaking the system. And see, the Democrats don't care because they don't have to pay for this, you all. He just told you the tax, it's us. It's us who have to pay for this, who have to suffer for this. So not only do we have to pay more taxes, federal, our tax money is being spent on illegals, free everything, you all. I can even see if they let these people come over here and they just had to find their way. Seriously. I can even though I wouldn't want that, I can even see that. But you come over here and spend all of our tax dollars on this, and because these people just decided to come over here because they just want to make more money and things, and then you make us pay for that, and we in the economy is already horrible when we got people losing their jobs. We have people who are being homeless. And you want to tax us some more to pay for these people who get free everything? That's crazy. So look, now So that's one Republican. Listen to how the Republicans, this is who they advocate for, the American people. That's why I keep saying, if we educate ourselves and we look at policies, you all, we have to look at policies. If we look at policies and who's implementing them, then we can understand that now we don't have to listen to nobody tell us who to vote for. We can just see, okay, this don't align with nothing I agree with. I don't believe in this. I don't like your policies. They suck. I'm going to vote this way because everything these people are saying, I agree with. Or you might look at these medias and stuff and say, okay, I agree with illegals being paid everything. I agree with my taxes going up. I don't think there's nothing wrong with paying for illegals to get free everything while the taxpayers on the taxpayer back. You might agree with that, and then you might say so. With that being said, I'm going to vote Democrat. I mean, it just depends. As long as you have the knowledge to know why you vote in a certain way and what you're voting for, that's just what it is. Okay, so this gentleman, he talked about it. Now, I'm going to let you listen to Lisa McClain, right? So Lisa McClain, she's a Republican. So this is another one this is another one. This is the Republican ideology. This is what they fight for. Let me let you hear.
$10 on illegal immigrants.
Now 5 minutes to the gentlelady from Michigan, Lisa McClain.
I see a trend going here, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. I think it's interesting that you have all the Republicans asking questions right now. So I appreciate this hearing, Mr. Chairman. Clearly, we care, and I know you do.
Okay, wait, listen to what she said. You have all the Republicans asking these questions. So I want y'all to make sure y'all catching these things.
I know we've talked about the numbers, but I think it bears repeating. The federal government spent over $66 billion on illegal immigrants in 2023, according to the Federation for American Immigration. Does anyone here want to guess how much we've spent on homeless veterans in 23?
Listen to this.
Guess? Higher? Well, let's just start. Higher, lower, the same? Anybody want to guess?
Fractional.
Fractional. Thank you. 3 billion.
3 billion.
66 on illegals, 3 billion on people who have laid down their lives for this country. Can anyone explain up there why that makes sense?
See?
Well, one is including all sorts of benefits, and one is just looking at a very, very narrow.
No, I'm using the same
So if you
numbers.
look
Sir, you are. I am using apples
It
to
would be a very
apples.
different.
See, Democrats.
I'm using apples to apples. So since you know, why don't you share with me?
See, this Democrats.
We don't
Oh,
track
you
U.S.
don't know.
We don't track
You don't
track
know.
U.S.
Okay.
veterans in the census.
See?
So
Look at
That
Democrats.
would be very helpful if we did, and then I would be
No,
able to
we
give
did.
you a
But
very.
do you know the answer? Because
Good.
I do.
See?
I do. So I appreciate your opinion of which you have no facts on, but let me continue and let me educate you some more.
See?
The federal government, breaking that $66 billion down, let's look at what we fund. So you might want to get a pencil and paper and take some notes because I'll help you do your job.
Look at it.
5.8 billion in SNAP, 10 billion.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because listen, y'all got to be listening now. She getting ready to break it down. She just said small, I don't care energy. Damn. Yeah, so she just said, you see, the Democrat Party always want to make excuses, and they always don't want to deal with the facts. Well, technically, we don't count this and that. No, this is what we're spending. It's always something. It's always an excuse. It shouldn't be done in the first place.
$6 billion down. Let's look at what we fund.
So
you
she's,
might want to get a pencil.
and I like how she
your
read.
Opinion of which you have
So
no
look at
facts
it.
on, but let me continue and let me educate you some more. The federal government,
Listen.
breaking that $66 billion down, let's look at what we fund. So you might want to get a pencil and paper and take some notes because I'll help you do your job. 5.8 billion in SNAP, 10 billion in Medicare,
Look.
8.2 billion in uncompensated hospital expenditures,
Look.
3 billion for primary and secondary education for illegal immigrants, And how many illegal immigrants are given taxpayer-funded housing compared to the number of homeless veterans that are sleeping on the street? You don't know because you don't want to know. You don't want to see the numbers. Well, different. I do, and I can share with you the American people do. Because I'll share with you, the people in my district in Michigan of the 9th District, we care about our homeless veterans. We care about our veterans. And yes, we care about them a little bit more than we care about people who have broken the law to get here illegally. So I actually have some suggestions and maybe some answers on how to fix it. Instead of $66 billion, here are a couple things we could spend. The White House has requested $13 million for the National Call Center for homeless veterans. I'm going to say it again, $13 million with an M, right? Maybe we could find that out of that $66 billion, right? Different between million and billion, big difference. We could funnel some more of that $66 billion to our homeless veterans. Anyone opposed to that? Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we doing it? Anybody got an idea? Anybody got an idea why we're not, God bless you, why we're not doing it? I'll tell you why we're not doing it, because the Biden administration does not want to do it. Am I correct? Am I incorrect on that?
Listen.
I didn't think so. This year's budget request from the White House asks for $17.2 billion in mental health spending for veterans. That $10 billion we lose to Medicare spending would surely benefit to struggle with the mental health issues.
Right.
So why don't we do this? America's a very charitable country. Why don't we take care of our own first? Anyone see a problem with that? Why don't we? I'll tell you why we don't. Because the Biden administration doesn't want to do that. It's maddening to me. The White House budget requested for caregiver support programs not $2.9 billion. Maybe instead of $3 billion for educating illegal immigrants, we can give more funding to caregiver support programs, right? We're all talking about both sides of the aisle, which ironically doesn't even want to participate in this hearing, sadly.
See?
But
Democrats.
not unexpected. We all talk about caregiving is a problem, right? I hear that on both sides of the aisle. What would happen if we took that $3 billion and gave it to caregivers that live in the United States? Anyone have a problem with that? Why don't we do it? Anybody? The Biden administration doesn't want to do it. And you play games with your facts. And you play this shell game. Well, I'm going to share with you, the American people are not fooled and they are frustrated and fed up with it. Let's just be honest about where this money is going so we possibly can redirect it to the correct place. Let's start with our veterans. Thank you. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I think
Y'all, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Yes, it's terrible. See, this is what I'm talking about. This lady is giving y'all half information. Republicans block Medicaid. Don't nobody want to hear about what you talking about. I'm just giving out. We don't want to hear your mouth. I'm showing receipts of what they're talking about. And if it was half information, why didn't nobody say, okay, you're lying, you're wrong? She read out stacks. So this is how stupid people want to be. This is how stupid people want to be. She just read off facts. She's not lying about the facts. She read them off. And stupid people want to say, well, that's not true. Republican. So this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Look, I keep telling you all, don't listen to nobody. Go do your own research. You can go, I just go into Congress meetings and see, okay, let's just say you want to say Congress meeting budget talks about funding illegals in schools. You might put that in. They're going to have a meeting. They're going to show the meeting of who is advocating for more funds for illegals to pay to school illegals. And then you're going to show who's opposed to that. And then you're going to hear the arguments of why they opposed to that. Democrats, y'all, they're terrible. When I look at these things, ain't no way. I'll be like, if y'all went this hard for the American citizens, then we would be good. Y'all go hard for illegals, LGBTQ, everything. Y'all can care less about the American citizens. Y'all not hearing about how American citizens are losing their homes, how they're losing jobs, how much the economy has affected everybody. Y'all just want to ask for more money for illegals to go to and let me show you all. I gotta show you. This just made me come. Listen, you all. Listen. I'm going to find this clip, not today, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to bring it. In one of those budget meetings, the Democrats was asking for more money for illegals to be funded so they can have the food that they want. So you go to a public schools and illegals don't eat that food. So they want some more money to go to the states so they can give illegals food that they eat. Y'all, I'm serious. I'm gonna find that video. This is what the Democrat Party is advocating for. And then you got the Republicans was like, why would we spend taxpayer money and give you taxpayer money to give to schools who have illegals, and that's going to be like another billion something dollars. I'm just giving out a name because I can't quote it. That's going to the taxpayers. So why would we spend that on illegal children when we can be using that? Let's just say it's $1 billion to fund, to put more, let's just say, teachers in the school for American children. Y'all, it's unbelievable what these people are advocating for. It's unbelievable. This Democrat Party, if you all just go educate yourselves, don't listen to me, don't listen to somebody else, just go look at these meetings. They right here for you to see. And you're going to say, oh, hecky no, y'all can go somewhere with that. My money ain't getting ready to be spent on that garbage. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Can y'all like and share the video? Please like and share the video. Okay, you all, please like and share the video. And I want to thank everybody for coming. And I just want to say a real quick thing, you all, before I show you the other video. Why Tuesday we're going to have Miss Jessica Jackson on. She going to come on with me. So I told you all that she don't like doing social media, right? So she just have us tell us, want us to post everything. But me and her had a great conversation, right? And so she was just saying how when she was looking at the video, when I was talking about the alderman who I was talking about who he was advocating for illegals and talking about spending our tax money in Chicago, even though we already broke. He talking about using our taxpayer money to take Trump to court if he tried to come in and get rid of these illegals, especially in his district. And he's an alderman. So I put him on blast. And so she was like, Daddy, that was perfect. So she want to come too, because she always talk about this in the meetings. So she going to come on Tuesday. So that's going to be a special show, you all. She going to come on Tuesday, and we're going to just talk. And then every Friday or every other Friday, we're going to start exposing these aldermen. When we go to these council meetings, we're going to make them famous. And you all going to know exactly what your alderman voting for. You all going to know who he advocating for. We're going to be in the meeting showing you what they talking about. And then that way you'll know to get his butt up out of there when it's time for re-election. Because these aldermen do not work for you. I'm telling you. So she'll be on Tuesday. I think we're going to do maybe 6 or maybe 7, but she's going to come on the show. So that's a special little treat. I talked her into doing it because everybody on TikTok be like, Danny, can you get Miss Jessica to come on and talk? They really be asking me, and I be like, man, she be like, Danny, I ain't doing it. But she said she gonna do it. So she probably started doing more because I think on the Fridays she gonna come on because she got to be the one. She love calling those people by name and telling them everything was. You did this, didn't you? You voted for that, didn't you? Y'all know how Miss Jessica get down. So that's gonna be so good, you all. That's gonna be a great show. Okay, so now getting back to alderman builders. Okay, yeah. But see, we pulling anybody to the front. If you're doing a great job, then you're gonna be famous for doing a great job. If you're doing a horrible job, you're gonna be famous for doing a horrible job. Hey, it's however they want to move. So now it's gonna make them be held accountable, y'all. If they know they're gonna be put on blast, or they're gonna be shown if they doing good, if they voting crazy or not. If they know they're gonna be held accountable, and you are gonna be watching and seeing, then they're gonna act like they got some sense and stop selling you out, stop selling us out. I'm telling you, we got to stop playing with these people. They work for us. So open borders are the word. Yeah. So listen, y'all. So she just showed how much we're spending for their food, how much we're spending on illegals. And you see the veterans, right? They, in that 1 year alone, the government, Biden and Harris administration gave illegals $66 billion, spent that on them for free everything. She broke it down, free everything. Our veterans only get $3 billion, and they all in the streets. They all just can't get mental health services and everything. But you're gonna fund that. All those billions of dollars could have went right to our veterans. That $150 billion overall that he talked about could have been going to our veterans. But this is how this administration, this is who they prioritize first, and this is who's important to them. We told you, and y'all mad that we didn't vote for this garbage. Now listen to how they treat illegals. Listen how illegals got treated and still are getting treated on our tax dollars. Let's see.
I'm 56, and my husband says
y'all remember when they would get in these hotels and all that? Yeah, this is
their home country.
Okay, let's see.
Shocking new details of the scene inside New York's largest hotel that's housing illegal migrants. Our next guest is shedding light on his time at the Row NYC Hotel, reporting a 10-year-old being drunk in her hotel room without her parents on site. He's also sharing images of trashed rooms, violence in the street, and a slew of staff incident reports. Here with details, Carlos Arellano. Carlos, it's really great to have you on.
This is where our taxpayers going. This is where our money going.
Tell us what I know you no longer work there, but you and your former colleagues were experiencing at this hotel.
Just a lot of people who are they don't appreciate what they have, and they come here with the mindset of the way they live back at their home country, and they think there's no rules or no laws to be followed here.
Look at the hotel.
Did you ever feel endangered while you were working there, that things were getting just so out of hand?
Every day, and former coworkers as well. A lot of former coworkers have reached out and are happy that I did the interview, and they're saying this place deserves to be shut down, that they fear for their life every day as well as I did.
So this hotel used to be a tourist hotel. It's now housing illegal migrants. Has there ever been a time that you or your colleagues recall that this hotel was used to house American homeless people?
Listen.
Not myself, but I did hear. We would hear about plenty hotels that used to house homeless people and kick them out. Yeah.
So tell us about this child that you found. Is that the 10-year-old who was found intoxicated? Is this a regular thing that you see? You see children by themselves without their parents in these hotel rooms?
It's an everyday thing. Every day we find about 10 kids alone in their hotel rooms, either drinking or doing drugs. With weapons will be in the room, but we're not allowed to go in there. We're not allowed to take anything from them. And it's basically a free-for-all in this hotel.
Yeah.
See?
Do you know if the children, if the parents are indeed the parents of these children, or is there any indication about that, or do you feel like you're not sure about that?
No, we find fake passports, fake social security cards,
Listen.
all kinds of fake documents in this hotel every day.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me that, were there any consequences, by the way, when you found this 10-year-old? Because not far away from where you're at, there was an ABC producer who went out to dinner. He died unexpectedly on the way, and his wife was arrested. His American wife was arrested because it turned out that through this tragedy, they found out that their children were alone in a hotel room, and she was arrested for endangerment.
Listen.
The day after her husband died unexpectedly. Has anybody been charged or held accountable for children left alone in hotel rooms?
Listen.
No, they never are. And if they are kicked out of the hotel, they get sent to a processing center at Port Authority where they get given a second hotel.
See?
So say a husband decides to beat his wife up, he will get kicked out and they will just process him into a single men's hotel. So it's, if you break the law, it's not a, well, we're going to report you to the proper authorities. It's let's give you a second or a third hotel room.
See?
And you still stay in the city.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're faced.
This is what's going on, y'all. This is what's going on. Now, I've been reporting on this for about 2 years. This is what they just told you how much of our money that's being spent. I told you it ain't just a city thing, a state thing. It's a federal thing. Our federal taxes, you all, it's being spent. Look how these people living. Look how they trashing hotels. They were throwing away food. They got videos of them throwing away food because they talking about they don't eat that kind of food. That's not the kind of food they eat. So they throwing away food, but they getting so much link that they can go buy their food. This is what we are paying for. This is what the Biden and Harris administration want us to accept and pay for. So, and like you said, criminals. When in Chicago, my husband was a police officer. He just retired. They couldn't arrest these people, right? They all downtown in those hotels. Go down in those nice hotels. They were spending money with them downtown in those beautiful hotels. Some of them still down there. I'm going to do a video, right? Because I'm going over there on right now on what is it? Cicero, 72nd and 72nd and Cicero, something within those 72nd, 71st, whatever, around up in there. Cicero. They just had built a Holiday Inn Express, right? Right. So you know what all those hotels are along Cicero, like that. That's just like headed towards Midway that way. Well, it's a Holiday Inn Express that they had just built. Why is there? I'm talking about to this day, housing all illegals, free. One gentleman, and I posted this on my IG page. One gentleman it was in the summertime, just a couple of months ago, went to that Holiday Inn Express, right? He tried to go rent. I wish I had, you know what? Let me see if I can get that video. But let me just show you. Let me just see if I can get that video just to show you how we're spending our money. So this, y'all see, it's just not federal. Local, how they're trying to bankrupt us. You see how much they're spending federally for these people. And then you got vets that's on the street. And these people come in here, they tearing up hotels, committing crimes, nothing, don't even care. Because they're giving everything for free, so they're entitled. So let me show you. So now, this is the hotels. And if y'all know, this has been happening. I think I've been showing this, period. Okay, so let's see. This is what they've been paying for. Now we're going to show how veterans.
LA in a year-long study. Our study was unique in that we conducted in-depth interviews each month to ask the veterans about their experiences, including whether they obtained housing or not, and about their health and well-being and use of services. Most of the veterans in our study wanted housing, It's a big myth that veterans living on the streets don't want housing.
They won't
The
housing.
issue is that most of the options available to them don't provide autonomy, safety, security,
Hold
or
on.
privacy.
Hold on, y'all. This is what I want y'all to see. You see the 5-star hotels that these illegals in, right? You saw the 5-star hotels. If y'all been keeping up with it, they've been reporting this like a year and a half ago, all in New York and Chicago. If y'all don't, I could pull those old videos up. And 5-star hotels, y'all see they're staying in the best hotels, New York, everywhere. Look how our veterans. Look what she just said. How the veterans are living. Look at it. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Look what they offer the veterans.
Streets don't want housing. The issue is that most of the options available to them don't provide autonomy, safety, security, or privacy, and therefore many veterans choose to live on the street than accept the shelter that is offered to them. We found that about 2/3 of the veterans in our study obtained housing, but mostly it was in transitional or temporary housing settings.
Good.
The problem with that is veterans are still at a great risk of becoming homeless again. Only 3 out of the 26 veterans we enrolled in our study found a permanent housing solution by the time our study ended. Once veterans were housed, we observed that their health and well-being improved. Veterans reported that they were better able to manage their medications, had more social support, and their quality of life improved. We also saw fewer reports of emergency room visits and inpatient stays once veterans were housed.
Okay, let me say something. Let me just break it down because they don't let her play. So you hear what she just said. So the Biden and Harris administration keeps saying we trying to help veterans. We trying to help veterans get off the street. She just said in her studies, the veterans that just when you all get on the cots and it's no safety and it's no privacy, then they go back to the streets because who living like this? Put them in those hotels that y'all put these illegals in. House them, feed them real good. House them, get them clothes real good. I bet you they'll stay in there, but y'all want to send them in these shelter-like places, the veterans. And then, like she said, and then usually they go back on the street because it's unsafe, it's no privacy, and they in a cot. They're not in a 5-star warm bed hotel. And then you saw in the video prior to this how they trashed the hotel. These illegals trashed the hotel that they were staying in. So they didn't even appreciate the 5-star hotels that we had to pay maybe $400 a night for. They got for free and warm beds, food given to them, and they trashed it. Like the guy said, they bring the way how they live over here and they trash the hotel. Now you got veterans who live on the street and you want to put them in a cot and a jail cell because it looked like it was, just a bunch of cots. And then she just said they back on the street because they might as well be on the street. At least they got a little privacy and their little tent and stuff. So you won't invest your money into the veterans. And then she just said, studies have shown that when the veterans are housed properly, they in a comfortable home, then they take their medicine. So that means the mental health, you all, and their health improves because now they're in a nice, stable place, warm place, getting food, and now they're gonna take their medicine. She just said, I'm gonna let y'all hear it again. Now they're taking their medicine. They're more apt to take their medicine. So now you're helping them, and then we need to give them programs, mental health programs in that, so they can have mental health programs, and they can have programs where now you are just mental health, making sure they take their medicine. And she just said, when they in a stable home environment, they more apt to take their medicine. They're more apt to do better. Their health increase, their health improve. They do better. So now, if you want to stem the veteran homeless crisis, you see that all you have to do is invest some money in them. But our government doesn't care. They don't care. They just said that. And this is the problem, you all. They don't care about Americans. The Democrats don't care about Americans. They only care about what they care about. They care about bringing these illegals here so they can have a new voting block, so they can have cheap labor, and they can be beholden to the Democrat Party. They do not care about the American citizens, because if you did, think about it. In Chicago, right, we're fighting because they're trying to build, you all, on our tax dollars and with the TIF money, they're trying to put affordable homes, aka the projects, and middle income areas. So that means South Shore area, that's Battle Lake. You all, South Shore area, that's Battle Lake. We have middle class citizens in there. They're trying to put affordable homes there. Build high-rise homes, affordable homes for the illegals. Now, think about it. You're doing it for the illegals. If you did affordable homes just like that for the veterans, then that would stem the flow of all these homeless veterans. If you was thinking, if it was really about the veterans and you want to help them, you would have did this a long ago. You would have fought like y'all doing now to get these buildings to house these illegals. You would have fought, you would have said, we're going to put these buildings up and we're going to get these veterans some stability, and we're going to make sure they have mental health and food, some link for them to get their food. And that's how, and this is going to be only for homeless veterans who have served this country, and this is what we are building this for. Do you know how many veterans you could have helped and people like that? But see, that's not their agenda. They could have did that. Now you're going to spend $150 billion on illegals, and the illegals who don't even care nothing about it, who going to tear up the place? Come on. Come on, y'all. This ain't making sense. That's why I keep telling you. These people need to go to jail for treason. Treason against America. Now look at it. Let's let her say, I'm going to go back a little bit so y'all hear what she's saying, and then what they studies have shown.
That is, veterans are still at a great risk of becoming homeless again. Only 3 out of the 26 veterans we enrolled in our study found a permanent housing solution by the time our study ended. Once veterans were housed, we observed that their health and well-being improved.
Listen.
Veterans reported that they were better able to manage their medications, had more social support, and their quality of life improved.
Look.
We also saw fewer reports of emergency room visits and inpatient stays once veterans were housed, suggesting a trade-off that is often reported. Housing can reduce the use of costly health care.
So housing can reduce costly health care. So we want to stop. So you see, if they want, you see what's important. They're investing. Who's important to them? You see who they're investing in. They don't care about veterans. They don't care about you, America. They don't care about me. Because if they did, they wouldn't be trying to put these people in our neighborhood. They wouldn't be trying to take our tax dollars. They wouldn't be trying to house them all in our neighborhood and spend our money. Tom Homan would start to clean this mess up. Yes. So that's why I'm telling you all, we have to make sure that we are standing with Tom Homan and with Trump to get these people up out of here. You saw how they trashed that hotel in New York. They've been trashing those hotels. I mean, like, if you had been following this maybe like a year or two ago, I saw it. So they've been showing videos here in Chicago. You had a lot of people, social media on YouTube, just going, I'm talking about with their phone, showing everything. The trash, the needles all in the park, how our field houses were trash, how the hotels were trash. You all, it was insane. So if you haven't been keeping up with it, yeah, that's what's been happening. Let me see if I can find the video where they're right here being housed and over here, that Midway. Let's see. And if I can find it real quick. Midway, Holiday Inn. Let's see. Holiday Inn on Cicero. housing, let's see, illegals. Okay, let me see what comes up. Let me see if I can find what comes up. Let's see if I can find the gentleman who posted, because that's on my, let's see. If I can't, then I'll find it for you all, and I'll have it for you all. Let me see. Holiday Inn Express on 71st and Cicero in Chicago, housing illegals. Let me see if it. Well, look, this is not the video. Holiday Inn Express and. Well, I'm finished. This is not the video, but let me just show y'all what it looks like. But I'm gonna get the video. I'm gonna get the video and show y'all, because the gentleman actually. Okay, let me see. Holiday Inn Express, Chicago Midway Airport. Blah blah blah. Wait a minute. I can't find it, y'all. This is another. Anyway, I'm not gonna take a lot of time with that, but I'm going to show y'all that video, because it was a gentleman, or y'all can go on my IG page. It was a gentleman who went to try to rent a room, and they were acting funny. Now it was buses, school buses, coming into the Holiday Inn. Now they didn't want us to know about this, especially in Chicago. Coming in, and all you saw was illegals getting off the school bus, right? It was like a couple of buses coming in, going into the hotel, right? Men, women, a bunch of men. And so the gentleman tried to go, like they was trying to rent a room, and they told them it's not open for them. And the gentleman said, hey, I'm trying to rent a hotel. This is Holiday Inn Express. It's nothing saying that I can't rent a room. Why? I see everybody going in. I can't go in. I need to rent a room for tonight. This not open to you. So he's like, why? Why is it not open? So they didn't want to say nothing, just say you can't come in. So it was a whole big video, and then they come to find out they didn't want to say nothing, but they were steady letting illegals go in. But they just shined the light, and they had to say it was illegal. They were housing illegals in there. So it was a big old thing. But this is what they're doing, you all. This is what our taxpayers are going on. This is what we are paying for. This is what the Biden and Harris administration have did and have done to us as American citizens. And this is what they have taken our money and spent it on giving people free everything. And they're the ones breaking the system. I think that it just came out about the real numbers about how much trillion of dollars they have spent and how much we're in debt. I'm going to talk about that as well. It's not going to be easy to clean this mess up. Yes, Trump is definitely the best person to do it. That's right. Replace us and control the stock. Yes. Listen, you all. So what these people are going to try to do, they are going to try, like I keep saying, I showed you the alderman. I showed you our mayor talking about they're going to fight Trump. I told you that. I showed you that yesterday in my live video. I showed you all that all these liberal cities talking about, and governors talking about, they're not going to let Trump come in and do what he needs to do. So this is what they're going to be showing, because Trump has to come in and take care of this issue. I showed you all in the other video how these people are coming here in caravans by the thousands. They're catching trains. They're getting on trains. They're hopping trains to get here before Trump gets in office. They're just coming over here in droves, because the Biden and Harris administration have lifted all of those loosens, all of those executive orders that they put in, policies, just to try to stem the flow while Kamala was going campaigning, because they didn't want it to look bad as it is. We already know it's bad, but they tried to act like they tried to do something like 6 months before the election. So now that she has lost, they have took, loosened up all the policies they were trying to enforce where the illegals couldn't come back over. So now the illegals are coming over in droves, and they're coming over to try to get here before Trump gets in office, because they're saying they can't believe he can't get all of them. So they're going to take a chance to maybe they can fall up under the radar, and he'll just get the criminals, and then they can just they'll be able to stay here because, ICE ain't found them. If they don't commit no crime, then they can just fall on the radar. So this is their mindset. And then, so it's a chance they could stay. And so now if they don't, this is their mindset too. I showed you on the video. If they don't and they have to be deported, it won't be on their dime. It will be on the taxpayer dime. Those were their exact words. We will have to pay for that, not them. If they want, in other words, if we come over here and you all want us to go back, then y'all gonna pay for it. Y'all gonna pay for our flight back. All on the taxpayer dime. This were their exact words. So this is why we have to, don't forget about the ones pregnant. Oh yeah, the ones pregnant, you all, they came over here pregnant. So you have the ones that's pregnant here. So they're trying, and it's people who have babies already, who have had babies. These people been coming over here. When these people got in office, the first thing they did was open the border. That was the first agenda they did. On the first day, they opened that border. They undid 94 executive orders to open that border. I've been covering that. Like, if you look at mainstream media are liars. I look at, when you used to look at Anton Daniels cover it, all these shows like that, Anton Daniels show, you'll show Benny Johnson, Barry, all of them were showing that you saw the border. You saw those people coming in droves when the Biden administration was lying, telling you it wasn't a crisis, telling you when she talking about the border is secure and she never been there. They've been lying. They flown, not only that, not telling how many people they flown over here. They flown so many people over here. So they came in by trains, by buses, by planes, and automobiles. That was the Biden-Harris agenda when they first got into office. So now this is what we are dealing with. And so when Trump has to come in, so they trying to get rid of Trump, like birth citizenship, because these people want to come over here and they want to come over here pregnant. And so they want to have their baby here. So now anchor babies, and now they're able to stay because they have a baby that's been born here. So that's what Trump and I'm saying. Hey, we getting rid of that. We don't care if you had a baby here or not. Y'all got to go. And we're for that. I'm definitely for that. Because see, you're going to come in the right way. And then what you did and how you handled this and how you did this was totally against the people. How would you like it? None of those Democrats who vouching for this, who's voting for this, who's asking for more money to fund this crisis, none of them have to deal with what we have to deal with, you all. They getting paid. They pensions are going, listen, you all, if we do a breakdown on how much those people in Congress are getting paid, the raises that they have gotten, you'll be surprised. I was looking at one of them, and you know what? I probably let, because Patrice and Zoe usually break those numbers down. You all, it's not affecting them. They're getting paid. It's affecting you and me because we can't afford to, we don't have millions of dollars to just be, we're not getting paid millions. And so these people are making decisions that affects us, and they don't have to worry about this, you all. We the ones have to worry about this. But they bank on us not being educated enough and us being ignorant, so that we don't look at this stuff, that we don't notice policies, that we don't notice what's happening. They bank on that. And then when you get someone who are aware and who's calling it out, then they sit up there and try to ban you and block you and things like that. This is what's going on. So we have to Mel W are out. So we have to, and they are getting paid on inside trading. Yes, Nancy Pelosi. Yes, they are worth 250 million. Yes, of the government side. Yes, they're getting paid inside trading. That is it in a nutshell. So listen, you all. So they're just selling us out, and they want us to just shut up and take it. We have to stand up and say, no, we're not taking this garbage, and we're not going for this. They need to pay a tax for a real. Yes. So we need to do. Listen, and I keep driving this home because I'm telling you all, when Trump start to do what he got to do to get these people up out of here, it's gonna be women with babies, it's gonna be men, it's gonna be women, and it's gonna be pregnant women. The media is gonna show you that. They're gonna make sure if they don't show the men, they might not show y'all the men Trump getting up out of here, but they're gonna show you the women. They're gonna show you the women with the children. They're going to make sure the liberal line media is going to make sure they show you when Trump start rounding up these women and these women with kids or pregnant women. They're going to make sure they highlight that. And that's going to be on every breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. They're going to make sure they do that. Stay focused, you all. We got to stay focused. Oh, well, I wish y'all well. We love you with the love of Christ. But you got to come over the right way. You got to come over. Hopefully, when you go back and you come back over here, you do it the right way and we welcome you. But right now, we're in a crisis. We have to take care of home. We have terrorists here. We got, like they said, the terrorists, they caught hundreds of terrorists, right, coming. But they don't even know, we talking about the getaways. They don't even know how many terrorists have came over here that got away, who just came over and they was under the radar. They like the Border Patrol said, these are just the ones we caught 100 and some terrorists, but we can't even say and speak on the ones that we didn't catch or the gotaways. So we're in a real crisis. So until we get this straight, everybody gotta go. So when they start showing you women, babies, because they not gonna show you the men who got tattoos, all of them, who got Trendiagua tattoos on them. They not gonna show you the criminals that he's deporting, which is a whole lot of them, which is majority, which is millions of them. They're not gonna show you that. They're gonna make sure they show you the women and the babies and the kids. And you know what? It's what it is. When you come over to a place illegally, that's what you got to deal with. It's okay. We can round you up and put you back. We're going to make sure you get back on a plane and stuff like that. It's not inhumane. It's not inhumane to take somebody who came in somewhere illegally to get them and say, hey, you can't come on. You got to come back the right way. You can't stay here. When you came over here enter illegally, we got to take you back and you got to come over here the right way. It's not inhumane to do that, you all. It's what's supposed to be done. It should have never happened in the first place. You can't go to no country. You can't go to no country where they allow you to come in like that and they just be like, okay, welcome you and things like that. You can't do it. So we can't allow people, and especially I can see if it was small numbers, because it have been small numbers, but you can't, when you do 22 million people, allow 22 million people over here, you done lost your mind. Now, everybody got to go. And then the problem is, you all, watch how they they're going to try to paint Trump to be, oh, he's heartless. Trump don't care about these women and kids, and Trump is putting kids in cages. And watch how this mainstream media, just watch the lies and the propaganda they push. Watch how they already starting to push it. With him just saying to these liberal cities, if y'all don't cooperate, I'm going to send in the military. Look how they already breaking down, trying to fearmonger you and make you, oh my God, I'm just worried about the kids and the American citizens. Don't put the American citizens in this. Don't put us in the same breath. Trump ain't saying nothing about sending the military on the American citizens. He said the military will have to help assist with getting these illegals up out of here. So don't conflate the two. Don't try to put those two together. Don't lie. He's specifically talking about illegals. He is not talking about using the military on American citizens, but they already spinning this lie. So we have to stay vigilant. We have to stay focused. And we don't care what y'all trying to show us. It is what it is. Trump have a hard job, you all, because these people have allowed treason in America. These people have allowed an invasion in America with criminals, with terrorists, with sex offenders, everything. They have allowed it. And now Trump, and it's already been shown that American citizens have been victim to these criminals, have died, have lost their lives with these criminals, with this border being open and these criminals being allowed to come over here. So Trump has a hard job to do in January, because he's going to be going against the mainstream media and they lies and they visual that they try to push on you. He's going to have to be dealing with these liberal, idiotic, stupid mayors and governors. So he's going to have a hard job. And what he's going to need is the American people behind him on YouTube, on y'all live, saying, Trump, we support you. We're behind you, Trump. We don't care what they saying. We see what you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing, Trump. You have, Trump, everything you campaign on and promised the American people that you would do, you're doing it. We stand with you, Trump, as Americans. We stand with you. We have to get order. We have to do this. The people who did this don't love America. You love America, and we got to do it, and we stand behind you. This is how we got to be coming. And I'm in Chicago, where these idiots definitely talking about making us go bankrupt. Allow Chicago to fall before they stop funding these illegals, and before they start let Trump come in. What they basically, what Mocart Brandon Johnson basically said is, I'll let Chicago burn this beat down. I'll let it fall before I let you come in and get these people up out of here. Because we broke, y'all. Chicago is broke. But what you saying is, before you do your job and take care of the American citizens first, Chicago citizens first, before you do that, you will allow us to be in bankrupts, or allow the American citizens, the Chicago citizens to fail on every step of the way. You will allow that before you allow Trump to come in and get these people who are the reason we're bankrupt. You all, these people who are the reason we are bankrupt. Before you allow him to come and take away the problem, I'll let this fall. That's basically what they saying. I'll let this bitch burn before I let him come in and fix the problem. That's the stance they're taking. I'll let all y'all taxes go up. We'll go up on every last one of y'all taxes. All of y'all be homeless before we let him come in and get these people and stop papering them up off y'all tax dollars. That's what they're basically saying. That's what they're saying. I'm serious. This is what they're saying, and this is how they feel about you. I know that's the way I'm definitely taking it. Brandon Johnson, Pritzker, that's in the disgrace 50, all of that's the way I'm taking it. So if you wanna stand 10 toes down and buck your chest out and say this and that, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. And any chance we get to call you out and shine a light and do what we got to do for you to get you up out of here, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And let everybody know we stand arm in arm with Trump. We support everything he doing. As a matter of fact, lock your butt up. We support Trump. Please lock this Negro up. Please lock this Negro up. He's aiding and harboring criminals. That's against the federal law. Trump, please lock this Negro up. We'll go help you. I'm almost sure half of the police force don't like you, Brandon Johnson. All of them don't like you. I'm pretty sure when Trump come to lock your butt up, they gonna sit up there and be like, okay, here you go. He right over there. He right over there. He right up in there. He right up under that under that bed right there, because you know he a clown and he's a coward. He's under that bed right there. They gonna point him out to Trump. That's how much the police department can't stand this idiot. So this idiot want to stand in the way and say, stand 10 toes down and say, I'll let Chicago burn down, the citizens just be out here bad. I'll let it fall before I let you come and get them. Negro, you will be in jail before we allow you to let this happen to us. So Trump, not only lock this Negro up for harboring and abating criminals, lock this Negro up for stealing money. Lock this Negro up because we the citizens demand a forensic audit on this Negro, how he spent our money with this illegal crisis. We know he stole our money and he want to tax us 300 more million to make up the money that he stole from us and gave these people. So not only do we want you to lock this Negro up for going against federal rules and laws and harboring and abating criminals, we want you to lock this Negro up. Please put some more federal charges on this goofy for stealing our money, for stealing our taxpayer money. Dude, you don't even want that smoke. Brandon Johnson, Mohawk wearing idiot, you don't want that smoke, Mr. Mohawk. You ain't even built like that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, January cannot come fast enough. January cannot come soon enough, you all. I can't wait. Because I'm telling you, we standing 10 toes down with Trump. So everybody who mad because we didn't. And then let me say this. Y'all, not only are they going to be showing when Trump start rounding these people up, y'all, remember this, you all. Did y'all know Obama deported more people? Did you know he deported more illegals? He deported 5 million illegals, you all. So on cages, remember they were showing those kids and people in cages? That was Obama. And they blamed it on Trump. Remember they did that? They said Obama the one deported more illegals, period. Besides, more, he was the one. Obama, 5 million illegals he deported. Did y'all see the liberal media shining the light on Obama, putting them in cages? Did y'all see the liberal media talk about Obama when he was grabbing up them kids and they babies and the mamas and stuff and putting them in cages and shipping them out? He was known to be the deporter in chief. He deported 5 million illegals that was in here. I think it was like they said the most. It couldn't be here, so it was like the most that a Democrat ever did, something like that. Don't let me quote that, but they were saying it was more than something. It was like he broke records. So I don't want to go and say in history, but he broke a lot of records. Okay, just not to put out false information, but he broke a lot of records. So he and you see, it was quiet about that. You did not see the mainstream media showing when Obama was supporting all these women and kids, all these people. You didn't even hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing about it. I'm serious. I didn't hear nothing about when he was supporting them. The mainstream media wasn't covering it. Wasn't nobody covering it. They were just, and then when Trump got in, and then they was talking about that the cages, when they went to the border and started showing them people in cages, they blamed that on Trump when that was the Obama administration who did that. So you can't listen. It's gonna be a lot of liberal tears and a lot of liberal marches going on, talking about they protecting these illegals and don't do this. As a matter of fact, y'all, in Chicago, I think if they start protesting, if they start trying to protest that so Trump can't coming in here and get these people, Chicago feels red. I'm gonna see if we can start protesting and with Trump said illegals must go. Illegals must go. If they go downtown protesting, talking about, because they said they were gonna protest and they was gonna hold the line so Trump can't come in and get these illegals. If they do that, we're gonna be out there with Trump signs saying illegals must go. We're for you, Trump. We're gonna have Trump face, and we're gonna say we behind you 1,000%, Trump. Illegals must go. Illegals must go. I'm serious. This is how serious I am. When y'all see us down at City Council, I'm gonna have some big signs. Watch in January. Watch in January. Oh, that's what we're gonna do, y'all, in January. Look, y'all, this is what we're gonna do in January. We're gonna have signs, right? I wonder if they're gonna let them try. We're gonna have signs. And we're gonna have signs to say, we're gonna probably try to, because they might try to not let us get in with them. They may not try to let us get in. But maybe I'm gonna have it rolled up. I'm gonna probably have it rolled up, y'all. I'm gonna probably try to have it rolled up. And when we get in, I'm gonna hold that big old sign and say, illegals must go. It's gonna be Trump. We're with you, Trump. Trump, we're with you. Illegals must go. That's what we're gonna have in the city council meeting. A whole Trump banner with Trump name and put illegals must go. That's how it is. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not playing. Let them start trying to act crazy. Yup, come January 20th, yup, ICE give me a job. Y'all, that's how I was feeling. I started saying, you know what? I wouldn't mind working for ICE. I might try to go work for ICE and be over the Chicago department. Man, you think, I'll be doing my job. Y'all be talking about, Daddy, you ain't even, you doing overtime. Now, I ain't getting paid for it, but no, this is, man, I would love my job. Y'all will see me, man, I'll probably videoing that. Y'all will see me every day. Y'all be like, Daddy, do you sleep? No, that's what you call loving what you do. That's what you call loving your job, love what you do. If I work for ICE in Chicago, they would see me as a person loving what they do, because that's how I'll be getting down. But I actually told my son, I'm gonna tell my son to go put in, for application for ICE. I'm not playing. I'm very serious. I'm going to be calling ICE left and right. Look, y'all, I'm gonna have ICE on speed dial. It's gonna be like this. Susan, ICE, hello, yes, right here. Yeah, we're right here. Y'all, it's gonna be speed dial. It's gonna be voice recognition on my phone. ICE. Yes. Oh, they gonna say, oh, it's Daddy C. Yeah, Daddy C here. Yeah. So we're gonna have a whole, y'all, y'all crazy. Yeah, look at y'all. Yes, look, y'all, we're gonna have a whole private investigations king. I ain't gonna lie. Look, we probably gonna have black hats on, fatigue outfits on. Look, black up under our ass, going around. Look, is that y'all binoculars? Look, looks like illegal approaching. Illegal is approaching. 10 o'clock. Look, y'all, I ain't playing. Yes, come pick these Walmart workers up. Yes, illegal for look 10 o'clock. Oh, the thing, I'm serious, y'all. That's how we doing. We need to start moving in silence and just strike. That's right. I'm serious, y'all. That's what we doing. You guys don't have to wait to get the mayor out office. You guys need to go through the process. Listen, we did, you said 10,000 on Home Depot for, yes, Carlos. All on listen, y'all, if you don't stay in Chicago, right, what Carlos is talking about, he said 10 on Home Depot. He talked about 47, right, in Weston. You all, 47 in Weston, 87 in Weston is Home Depots. They're outside by the droves. In the summertime, right, y'all, on 87 in Weston, they would fight the police, y'all. It'd be hundreds of them. So if you try to arrest, the police don't arrest them. They just maybe sit them in the car. If they really, really, really bad, take them to the station, let them calm down, let them right back out. But the police, they will be fighting with the police. So let's just say it's one police car and they call Home Depot, or somebody had to call, a resident had to call, because what they do is they very aggressive. So they'll come to you like, work, we need work, or can I carry your bags, or let me do this, and you be like, no. And they're very aggressive. One guy said that he was in Home Depot on 87, and one of the illegals asked him to carry his bags and do something. He told him no, he don't need it, and he kicked his bumper on 87. So they're very, very hostile and aggressive on these. Anybody who live in Chicago know 87 and 47, right? So the police was called, y'all. You heard it. They had the police on because my husband had a scanner. The police called, and all you saw was all these police cars heading towards 87 and Western, because it was a police officer who was around about 100 migrants, 100 illegals trying to jump him. So it was like he got a call, like the police in distress, police down, like, and so all those police cars had to come because it was like hundreds of migrants that be out there. Yes. They aggressive, very aggressive. So like he was saying on 147, if you live in Chicago, you know exactly what Carlos talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about. So it said no illegal aliens, no illegal aliens. I'm really tripping because we can't go to their country and do none of this. No, we can't, y'all. It's no way we can go to their country and do any of this that they can do. You saw the gentleman in the whistleblower in New York who was saying that they were in the hotels. Like he was saying, the police don't arrest them. They do something. They go to another shelter. Get out, go to another shelter. If we had our kids out here like that, I got a video that I'm gonna put up, because we was just downtown. All you see is illegals with their kids, y'all. The kids sitting on the ground downtown, and they selling candy bars and snacks. And you got little kids walking up to people that they don't even know, just walking up with candy. So you will see the mother right here and the kid walking down the street with the candy. Downtown. I did a little video. I video a little bit with the and look, you all, this is what she had. She had a baby in a stroller, right? The baby in a stroller. It's cold. Baby in a stroller, the two kids out there, and the two kids just out there selling candy, out there walking around with the candy and going up to people. And the baby in the stroller, she right there too, selling, like at the street and stuff, selling candy. Now, downtown, you all, this is downtown Chicago. Downtown Chicago. Imagine if you are downtown and you're an American citizen, a Chicago citizen, and you had your babies, a baby in a stroller out there like that, and your kids out there on the street, all walking, just selling candy. They would get you for neglect. They would get you would go to jail for, the kids would be taken. They'll say that they'll be taken because they'll say abuse. You abusing those kids, neglecting those kids, you putting those kids in danger. You would go to jail as a Chicago citizen. These people come over here and break the law. Zoe, one of our girls, Zoe, she got a million videos. Y'all, she might, I don't know if she posts them on her YouTube. You know, Zoe YouTube here. On YouTube, her name is Zoe, or Mr. Steal Your Wig. She might post it on hers because she got a few of those videos with them just walking around to random strangers. And some of those kids, you don't even see that they with nobody. They just walking down the street, little kids, just candy, just walking. And you will see people like, no. It's amazing what these people are allowed to do. And we as citizens would be under the jail. Our kids would be taken from us. They'll be put in DCFS. Then the kids, we'll be having to go through, to get our kids back, we'll have to go through programs. We would have to go through educational programs. We would have to go through so many courses to get our kids back. Endangering the kids, how to be a better mother. We have to go through all those hoops loops, permits, like I told you, I gotta go through. And these illegals can do that. They're already getting free link. They're already getting free housing, free clothes, because a lot of them clothes look really good. They be having on Adidas, y'all. They be having on Nikes. They be having on Jordans, all of that. They be fresh to death. They get free everything. And they still out there selling they still out there selling. Just making more money, just selling. And they free housing and everything. If we would do that, we would be locked up. Kids taken away, and you wouldn't be able to get your kids back unless you go through all these programs. And they're allowed to come over here and break the law. That's one of my biggest pet peeve, y'all. I'll be dogged if me and my husband been on the force for 28 years. We pay big taxes. My gym, what I pay, I don't lie about my taxes. Whatever I make, I pay taxes, big taxes. They tax me, and I don't lie about that. And you think that, and when it's time for me, great credit history, everything. And when it's time for me to get a small business loan to expand my business, I got to go through all these hoops, all this 10-year, 30-year credit history, paying your bills on time, how much your husband make, how much you make. Let me see your taxes. Okay, let me see your taxes again. Okay, let me see your bank account. Okay, let me see your bank accounts for 2000 and since when you was a kid. Let me see your bank account, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see this again. Let me see this again. Then I give you everything. Let me see why you want to do this, why you need this. Okay, I want to help families. I want to help women to be healthy. I'm training women. I want to educate our women to be healthy and the kids and my husband can train men and stuff. You got to go through all of this. And then they deny you. No reason, they deny you. After 2 years of trying to go through it, they deny you. And then you got illegal to come here and able to have a restaurant, an entire restaurant. And this is not one, this is a lot of them. On the street, selling hot food, selling everything, serving the people. Then out of that, making the money, because it's all tax-free, you getting free everything. You have no overhead. So you use and pay food stamps to buy the food, to sell the food. And so you're getting everything for free. You're making all that money is just income you earn. And then you go buy a building. And then you go buy a building to have a restaurant, because you don't have none of those restrictions and things that we need to have. You don't have to have a 10-year credit history. You don't have to have none of those restrictions and regulations they give us. You just get something to say you're a legal citizen or whatever, and you get a chance to get a building, and now you got a whole business in my neighborhood with none of the restrictions I had to go through. Y'all, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Clean state and get loans right. Never owned their home yet. They are going to give these people 100. Yeah, no, they already, y'all. They already then, I told you all, they already then, let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find this. They already giving these in Chicago. These illegals already got homes. They made it a big deal to show how many illegals got, they help these illegals be first-time homeowners that only been here for 2 years. That's what I'm telling you. These people need to go to jail for treason. Illegals in Chicago become first-time homeowners. Let me see if I can find this. Because y'all gotta see, I don't be... Let me see if I can find this. Maybe I gotta say the Chicago property owners. Let me see. Maybe I can't say illegals, huh? First time. Mayor Johnson. No, it ain't coming. I gotta find it. But yeah, they have already. Let me see if I can find it, because I like to show y'all. I like to show y'all some okay, let me see if I can go on Google. Let's see. Migrant first-time homeowners in Chicago. Maybe you got to call them migrants. You can't call them illegals. Okay, let me see. Maybe I found this. Let's see. Migrant family buys first home after arriving in Chicago for 2 years. Okay, look, y'all. Just let y'all see. See if y'all can. So you can't call them illegals, y'all. You gotta call them migrants. Chicago, well, I guess that's, so this is what it is. Here you go, right here. Migrant family. Look at it, buys. Okay, so let me let you play it. Let me see if this is it.
Merry Christmas.
Listen, let me let y'all see. Let me see if this is a video. So y'all see, migrant families first time, and they did like 4 of these. Let me see if I can see it. Let's see. Look at this.
Today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Gabriel Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children. It is the first home for this family of 4, and it is the first time they have lived in anything bigger than 1 bedroom for 8 years. Eyuvele Rengel says they are very happy, and this is an important step for their family. Originally from Venezuela, they worked and worked in food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus, and there was
Hold on. Did y'all hear what they said? The church bought, rehab, and so y'all gotta hear this. This is what I'm telling y'all. Not your churches that y'all be paying. Hold on. No, they didn't say the church. Let's see this. This is another one,
Grace
y'all.
and Peace Church. This home is the
let's go see
auto mechanic delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4.
So when they were where they were at, they was just auto workers and stuff like that in Venezuela. When they first arrived here, look what it's saying. They arrived at this church. This your task.
Factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus, and they were so distressed, and worked through a whole process with them, and now they're stabilizing their own home. It's awesome.
With all of their savings, programs to assist first-time home buyers, and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family made their dreams come true.
They got a tax ID number. The church rehab and did that for them. Oh, look, 2 years. You cannot buy a home and being somewhere for 2 years. They want 7-year credit history. I told y'all, they want 7-year credit history. They want to do all this. The church ain't bought. Why y'all not, if y'all can buy and have these, why y'all ain't buying and rehabbing these, all in our neighborhood where these abandoned buildings at, that we are complaining that we're not being, our neighborhood's not being invested in. We got a bunch of abandoned buildings. Look, because when you got abandoned buildings, it's crime. When and you're not building up that community, and no businesses there, no big owned businesses are coming. Now it's like Detroit, how Detroit used to be. But y'all bought these people and said and they were so happy. This is not just the ones. This is a few of them. This is just what I just found when I just did this one. This ain't the one. I didn't even know this one because of the church. Let's see.
Rengel says, really now is the American dream.
Look.
Grace and Peace Church plans to sell their other rehabbed homes to other first-time homebuyers of color on the West Side, to hopefully improve the lives of their families and their communities. Watch Breaking Grace and Peace Church. This home is...
You see what I'm saying?
is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought.
Okay, if you saying you need first-time homeowners, you say you're a realtor. I'm a licensed realtor. All you need is 2 years of credit history. Okay, but what about check stubs? No, because when we was buying a house, no, credit history, you need check stubs, you needed money in the bank. You need to show that you can pay for this house. Come on, you ain't just need you don't just need no 2-year credit history, you can get a house. Are you crazy? You need way more than that. They want to see your life history. When you try to buy, you can't spend no money, you got to show that you're able to afford it. All while they taking people properties, Miss Zoe and Jessica Jackson, all while they done stole their property that's paid off, all while they stealing their property, they giving people property. And your church. And I know a bunch of y'all churches and y'all church members, I know a bunch of y'all are going to your churches when they putting all these illegals in your neighborhood, and all y'all crying to these churches about how y'all can't afford a lot of things. I know y'all are, because I know some people who go to these big churches who, when they calling me because they getting ready to be homeless. They can't afford it. They can't afford they rent, they mortgage, they can't afford, some of them lost jobs, and they go to these big churches. These big churches ain't buying you home. You put tithes in that church, probably big tithes than paid in that church. And they say, I keep telling y'all, we keep allowing these people to play in our faces. And make y'all heart feel good and make you show you a warm for. I didn't even see that one, but it's a couple of, it's some more where they showing that these people are becoming first-time homeowners. So that's and why they taking yours and taxing you, while they taxing you up out of your home, these people buying homes. Talking about now we really got the American dream. Or while the American dream for citizens are being taken away. Y'all gotta be anybody talking crazy, you gotta be a special kind of stupid. A special kind of stupid on another level to think that we gonna go for that. Y'all gotta be a special kind of dumb to think that y'all can talk and say some stuff like that and make it be okay. That ain't gonna never be okay with me. That never will be okay with me. Ain't nothing you can say is gonna make it okay with me. I don't care if you need 1 year credit history. That ain't gonna be okay with me. So y'all can go kick rocks with that. That ain't. It'll never be okay with me. So, all right, y'all. So, Zolie, I need a Chicago flip red. Yeah. So listen, y'all. This is the website. I mean, just go to Chicago Flips Red. No. Go to Chicago All Hands on Deck. I usually leave it in my caption. Chicago All Hands on Deck at gmail.com. You can go there and then you can get a shirt. So it's right here, y'all. Chicago All Hands on Deck. I mean, this is the shirt, but you got to go to Chicago All Hands on Deck at gmail.com. Chicago All Hands on Deck at gmail.com, and you can get you a shirt. All right. So if you want to be a part of this, we always welcome everybody for any country, any state, anything like that. If you're any state, because what we're going to start doing is having Zoom meetings. If you can't, if you're in another state. So right now you might have, this is Chicago Flips Red. We might want to do New York Flips Red. You might want to do California Flips, whatever. It's just, you could do that, and we'll all get together and talk on a Zoom call, and then we'll have a central location we meet at. But yeah, if you want to be a part of this movement, then you don't have to live in Chicago or live in Illinois. So you have Chicago All Hands on Deck at gmail.com. If you want fitness this is an outfit. This is another one of my fitness outfits. Remember, I had the red one. This is the black one, you all. Black, you know what I'm saying? So this is the black one. I had the red one on the other day. It's really nice if you want to just walk around, go around, some nice little gym shoes. It's cold here. So throw this on to go run some errands and stuff like that. Y'all can hit me up too. I'm gonna have that on here too. My email address is danny-carter at hotmail.com, but I'll put that up there because you all, that's a lot to tell you all and have you all remember. So I'm gonna have that on the when this loads up, I'm gonna have it so you all can go on here if you want outfit, and also if you want training. If you want training, then you can also go email me on an email I'm getting ready to post up here, danny-carter at hotmail.com. I'm gonna have that posted. And also, if you become a member of Chicago Flips Red, you're gonna also get discounted training. So some of that, as being a member, is that you get a discount on the services that I offer. So that's great. And also, just want to say, Tuesday, Miss Jessica will be on Tuesday, and we're gonna have some, man, when I say it's gonna be a lot of laugh, because Miss Jessica is so funny, y'all. When I say funny, it's like I cannot stop laughing, and she be serious. She be like, them niggas gonna do this. Nigga, say it. Daddy, you know we ain't finna play with these. Y'all, it be so funny, and she be serious. You all, we're gonna have some fun Tuesday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna post that. We'll be on here. I think it's gonna be, like I said, 6 or 7. But yeah, she'll be on here. And then we're gonna be doing Famous Fridays, where we making these aldermen famous. Either they good or they not. But we're gonna be put on blast. It's gonna be me, Miss Jessica, and Zoe. We're gonna be putting these aldermen on blast if they do anything stupid. Especially if you live in Chicago and you want to know what your alderman's doing. We're gonna make them famous on Friday. All right. So that's all coming up. That's what we have coming. Letting you all know what's going on. But always remember, like I said, I always tell you all, I'm a Christian, and I always, before I leave any show, oh wait a minute, I didn't give y'all I don't even have a tip. I don't have one. So I always try to give y'all a fitness tip, because we're gonna have a 6-week challenge starting December. Y'all better be getting ready. Look, we on the last week, y'all. We're on the last week. December is gonna come up real fast while you all getting ready to start the 6-week challenge I put out. I'm getting ready to, the workout video I'm getting ready to put out for 6, and you all do it. It's a 6-week challenge. So y'all better be getting mentally and ready. Make sure you all are eating, start off, after Thanksgiving, because y'all probably gonna, eat kind of, whatever. But after Thanksgiving, y'all start getting y'all mind right, because we started our challenge the beginning of December. So you're gonna have the food is no starches, no sugar. Almost think about keto. If you're not familiar with that, just keto. See what the keto diet looks like. And that's basically no sugar, no starches. And you're going to be doing your workout. If you can't do it every day, the challenge, you're going to do it every other day, but you're going to have to do it for 6 weeks. All right? So we're going to be looking forward to that. And I'm going to be looking forward to you all seeing some of the changes and you all telling me that you all did it. And let me know feedback, how you feel. Do you feel amazing? Do you feel much better since you've been eating and working out? All of that. That's going to be amazing, because that's what that's my passion. So with that being said, if you are, like I said, if you're not saved, I'm a Christian. If you're not saved and you don't know, hey, I know that if I die today, I don't know where I'm going. I'm almost sure I ain't gonna make it into heaven. I'm almost sure. If that's you, then make sure, because you don't know when. None of us know when our time is. So we got to take that serious, because this is temporary. We're here temporary. Where we're going, it's gonna be forever. So we got to know where we're going. So if you're not sure, then look, all you have to do is confess in your heart. First, let's repent. First, you got to repent, and you got to mean it. Lord, I'm sorry. I'm just filthy. I want to stop these things. These are my issues. You know what I'm dealing with. You know what my problem is. And you know I'm trying to stop, or I don't like this. Lord, help me. I repent for my sins. Please forgive me for these sins and help me to overcome these sins. Lord, I believe that you are the Son of God. I believe that Jesus, you you died on the cross and you rose with all power in your hands for all of our sins. I believe that. I believe you're the Son of God. You got to confess with your mouth and believe in you. You got to believe in your heart. Then you got to ask God, Lord, please come into me and give me all of you and take all of me. I can't do this alone. I really don't know where to start with you. They tell me you real, but I don't even know you. I don't know. So, okay, wait a minute. That's my phone. Oh my God. I didn't have my charger in, y'all. Oh, y'all, I didn't even have my charger in. But I'm going to get off of, I ain't have my charger in. Lord, I don't know if you real, but if you are, then show me so I can know you for myself. I can get to know you I want to have a relationship with you. And I'm telling you, y'all, when you do that, God going to come in and show out. And there you go. That's how you do it. I love y'all. I'm going to see you all. If I don't see you all tomorrow, then it will definitely be Tuesday when Miss Jessica come on with me. All right. I love you all. Be blessed. Trump 2024, baby. Chicago flips red. And I love y'all, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.